Hello and welcome to the UK Minifigure Collectors YouTube channel, the only channel to focus primarily on minifigures. Today we're going to look at another entrance into the hugely popular Muscle line. This time they've released another 90s powerhouse, Mighty Max, one of the most exciting microlines to date. These were released by Mattel Creations this year. As always, I'd like to start by showing a complete pack, as there's only been a single 4-pack released up to this date. As you can see, we have a very familiar pink colour style card here, which is very reminiscent of the original Muscle line. In the top left, we can see the captivating logo for Mighty Max, with Max standing on his name in front of that reddish moon. Then we have the very familiar Muscle logo across the front, and then slightly in front of him is a really cool up-to-date sort of artwork piece of Max himself. On the actual back of the card, at the top left you can see that Mighty Max logo again. On the right, the barcode. Then just below the sort of hook hole, you can see the Mattel Creations logo. And then just underneath them are the beautiful illustrations that I wanted to show you. These are actually the figures we're going to be looking at in a moment. So the first thing I want to mention about this is the 30 on the cake. What does it symbolise? The Mighty Max line actually came out in 91-92, and then Bluebird, the company that made them, was sold to Mattel in 1998, I believe. So what does it actually symbolise? But I like the proportions of this figure. I like the way it's been sculpted. I like the length of his legs, the length of his arms, the size of the head to the torso. It really does symbolise a 12-year-old boy really, really well. But I have a sneaking suspicion that these are actually 3D sculpted rather than actually hand sculpted. If anyone knows, please hit me up because I'd really love to know. The second sculpt is one of the two more iconic poses of Max. Now Max never had his legs open in the actual minifigures, and it was part of the interlocking system. They were kept closed so it fit properly and lock into position. But again, these are muscle sculpts, and it is in keeping with the muscle theme. The way the arms are out at the side, again, very muscle-esque. But material, again, these are very similar to the original sort of muscle sculpts, but they've got a little bit more flexibility to them. I suppose a more modern sort of feel. But it is a nice sculpt. I love the way his face has been done on this one. And, it's a figure that is going to bring joy, so let's be honest. The third figure is a bit of an enigma to me. I mean, this is Max grown up, so he's now, in his 40s? I mean, again, he's got that same smile that he has on all the figures. But yet, where's the pain that he's gone through? The fact that he's struggled to pay his mortgage. The fact that he's found it hard to pay his, car payments or kids that he's possibly had. It's an interesting concept, in fairness. When you think of Perrier, the company that have carried on making the Max sets, the fact he's supposed to have been lost in another dimension is kind of cool. But I love the way this figure is ripped, and it is very in keeping with the original Muscle. But it raises my eyebrow as to what is wrong with the other three. The last Max is probably the most iconic of all 4 pieces today. It's Max with that flaming torch. Now, you can just imagine him emerging from some dark tunnel, having lit the torch coming through the sort of portal. It's a real iconic piece. I remember the minifigure of him, or the micro figure of him, sorry, holding the flaming torch. Just thinking, this is such a cool piece. I'd like to see a bigger one. Now, these are really good minifigures. Like I say, they're a really good material. And the detail, it's actually quite nice on these. These are one of them sort of minifigures that don't need lots of detail. They have enough just for what they need, and that is it. They're a really nice set. So as you can see on screen, they're all about the same sort of size, but I'm going to show them up against a muscle figure and a pet alien figure, just so you can kind of figure out the size for yourselves. So while I was filming this, I suddenly started thinking, why did they make the younger Max the same size as the larger Max? Because when you look at the actual muscle figures, a smaller character like Puyo, for instance, is about 3/4 the size of a normal muscle figure. The only reason I can think is that they wanted to add a little bit more detail, but actually there's not more detail in these figures than the originals. So who knows? If anyone can answer the question about the 30th anniversary cake, please get in touch, because I honestly want to know what's going on there. And with that, I'd like to say thank you very much for watching the video. If you liked it, don't forget to leave a like, and I hope to catch you all again next time.